Hello, everyone. Welcome in or welcome back to Midnight Morning Readings. Thank you for viewing me today. I know it's been a while since I posted a video. I've had some personal and medical issues that I have had to address. And so I'm slowly trying to get back into getting my monthly readings out. So I thought, in the spirit of the full moon that we have going on, it's the last day for the full moon in Aries. It is also a super moon, the third of fourth super moons for this year, as well as this being the one that is the closest to the earth. So this is a big super moon. It's a big closure for a lot of individuals because when this cycle started, the new moon in Aries was brought on by a full solar eclipse. So a lot of signs, a lot of individuals, fixed signs especially, have been feeling a lot of heaviness, a lot of um, pushing up against the wall or pushing against the grain types of energies or situations during this cycle. So as we are coming to the close on the third day of the full moon, a lot of individuals are starting to feel that release. They're starting to feel the letting go, the calmness, the settling of everything, and just feeling like, okay, it's over for, and the dust is finally settling. So I thought I would release an all signs video just to see what messages Spirit wants to relay to you as we are closing out this cycle. So we're going to start by seeing what the overarching energies are for everyone. And so on the bottom of the deck, we've got action, protection, wonders, diligence. So there's a lot of, like I said, we had we're coming to the last day, full moon in Aries. It is also a super moon, and it is very, very intense, very magical energy that is coming through with the end of this moon cycle. And so, like I said, a lot of people are starting to feel things being let go and coming to almost a calmness, and kind of seeing where the dust is settling. And others are starting to see things pick up, like they're starting to see, okay, things have been kind of like stagnant for these last 6 months, and now you're starting to see things pick up. You're starting to see things moving. You're starting to see things coming into fruition for you. So let's go ahead and see uh, overarching energies, please, Spirit. What do you want to, messages do you have? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Anything else? Nope. Okay. The bottom of the deck, you have stillness. And this is what I was saying at the beginning, with the coming into the end of this full moon cycle that's in there, a lot of you are feeling the calm that is coming at the end of this. Remember, Aries is the beginning of the astrological calendar. So when we had that full solar eclipse on that new moon back in April for the sign of Aries, it started almost a chain reaction of a lot of intense cycles, intense emotions, and intense ups and downs that we were feeling in various different realms. And so now we're feeling the stillness, we're feeling the calmness that is coming with that, to be able to see where we are as we're moving forward. So we've also got wonders, illuminations, and fulfillment. And I'm going to stop there because, as you see on the fulfillment, we've got the full moon that is in the background. And that is where we are at. That is what the whole point of a full moon is to feel the whole fulfillment, the fullness of an entire moon cycle, and really going back and doing that reflection, the illumination, the wonders, everything that has happened to us over these last 6 months. good and bad, positive, negative, ups and downs. It's all meant to happen for a reason to get us where we are meant to be. Okay, so as we are coming into these, we've got leadership, healing, chaos, and relaxation. And this is where you're at. Look, the one thing that also this is very interesting. We've got this relaxation card, and if you really look at this it might look orange, but it's actually red in the car, and it's a blood moon. And the full moon in October this particular year is actually the hunter's moon. It's also known as a blood moon. And it's the first full moon after the harvest moon that comes in. So we're feeling the relaxation that is coming with the stillness, the healing of that chaos, because you can see you're in this tornado and all this chaos, but you see the butterflies that are surrounding this whirlwind, this cycle, everything that is going on. And as you are continuing to go through this, you are going to find that you have come out stronger as a result of everything that has happened as you are moving forward. And it's actually going to put you in a place of really realizing that not only are you stronger, for everything that is going on, you're actually finding that you are actually going to be able to help lead and maybe even teach others or help mentor others when you start seeing them go through this internal, this chaos that is going on. Because you've got inner peace, and the last card they gave you is pleasure. Okay, so this is what is bringing you to your current energies, where we're going to come into your current messages here. Is you are in a time to where the upheaval is over, and now you can actually start trusting your gut. You can start trusting, what you're feeling, that this isn't going to happen. In a sense, for example, if some of you are coming out of a really bad relationship or type of a thing, and maybe you're finally, during this whole cycle, you have found somebody new, you're coming into this stage to where you're actually starting to trust that this other person isn't the same as the other people in your past lives, that this other person is actually, you're not only trusting them, but you're actually wanting to open up and to share with them, because you're realizing this is not the same as what it has been, because you found that inner peace, and you're starting to find the inner calmness and the relaxation that is coming in this stillness, and you're starting to actually appreciate the silence. And for those that are coming out of healing this chaos that's here, coming into this, when I say you are appreciating and you're listening to the silence, this makes sense. You're sitting there and you're just like, there is so much to learn, and there's so many messages that are coming out of this turmoil and the chaos that you have been going through, that now you have time to listen to that silence. And that is where you are going to find the inner peace, that inner relaxation, that inner ability to where you're going to say, I feel like I not only am I moving forward, but I feel like I can trust again, that I can live again. And that's where you're finding this, this fulfillment and this enlightenment that's coming in. Because had things not happened the way that they did, you would not be in this state of fulfillment, or this illumination, this enlightenment that you are going through. You would not appreciate it in the same way. Okay, so before we go into your most recent past messages that are going to bring you into your current messages, we're going to see what are some of the obstacles, your challenges, maybe some other influences that are going on right now that maybe you are still trying to work through, trying to heal from, as you are moving through this cycle. Okay, so on the bottom of the deck, you've got the love of your dragon reaches out to you. And so this is talking about your inner truth, your inner peace, and the ability to open up. And you're still guarded is where you're at. And rightfully so. It's not saying that you're not justified in having those walls up and having that guard up with people. But at the same time, this is your inner, so whether it's your inner dragon, it's your inner conscience or your gut, however you want to relay this message to your situation, basically it's saying there is something that is going on in your life that as much as you want to hold those walls up, there is something that is going on that says you can trust. You can open up to somebody. You can open up to this person or um, this family member or this group or whomever or whatever it is for you. You can open up, and that is going to continue with the healing process. The time of guilt and shame ends now, and this is where it is. You still feel guilty. You still feel everything that has happened to you. You're feeling some level of guilt. You're feeling some level of um I don't want to say resentment, but there is something that is holding you back from opening up, whatever that may be. And at the end of the day, it's only you holding yourself back. Everything happens for a reason, and Spirit and God put us in situations and connect us to each other in ways that we don't feel that we understand. And it wouldn't happen unless it was meant to happen. So, it's time for change. And that's now that the dust is settling and now that things are going, it's hard to move forward. It's hard to trust. It's hard to believe that you can trust somebody or that you can live life again or that there will be good that will be coming in. But at the end of the day, you know God and Spirit are here to help us move forward and to heal. And sometimes that comes in the form of people, and sometimes that comes in the form of situations. Okay? So on the bottom of the deck, release your inner rebel. And the time is right. Okay? You're sitting here looking, okay? Look at this, okay? You are holding your own self back because of your fear to move forward. Not the fear of another situation going forward, but because you are afraid the same thing is going to happen. But the same thing isn't going to happen. And you know why? Because you're not the same person that you were 6 months ago, a year ago. You are not the same person. You have learned things. You have gained things. You have let things go that weren't serving you. So you are not the same person that you were 3 months ago, let alone 6 months ago. So the situation isn't going to repeat itself. You're only holding on to attachments that aren't serving you and trying to place them in onto people or situations that really aren't there. Because remember, fear is false evidence of things appearing real. And it may look the same, it may or kind of sort of feel the same, but at the same time, it's only your fear of the attachment of what has happened that is holding you back from moving forward and actually seeing what can happen out of this. And this is where Spirit, is coming through and saying, now is the time. Now is the time for you to open up. Now is the time for you to start moving forward because it is time to start living. It is time to start letting you out, and enjoying life, whether it is with yourself or your family or, somebody that you have recently met, and taking that chance and opening up, because they also gave you the flames of desire. And I see this suppression for some of you to where you are really intentionally, and I almost feel like it's really going against your natural grain to where you are intentionally holding yourself back from doing something where normally you would just be like, you know what, I want to go forward, and this is also coming off of that full moon in Aries cycle, because remember, Aries is a very powerful fire energy, right? So if you've got Aries somewhere in your astrological chart, you understand what I'm talking about, because the Aries sign is very, very strong fire energy. And it is very much, it rightfully so, it's the god of war, right? We're going to go in, we're going to take no prisoners, we're going to ask questions later. That's what we're going to do. And that's what the truth, that intensity of the Aries, and the beauty and the wonder, that you love about the Aries, right? And so where an Aries may be quick to make a decision and may just be like, you know what, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to jump in and I'm going to see where this goes. Some of you, even other Aries signs out there, you're actually suppressing that intentionally. Why? Because of fear. You're fearful of something happening again. And that only tells you how much you want it to work, how much you want it to blossom, to nurture, to move forward with something, is because you are intentionally holding yourself back from doing it, is more of a reflection of how much you really want to do it, how much you want to engage in it. So you have to ask yourself, am I really holding myself back because of this other situation, or am I holding myself back out of fear? Because I know in the back of my mind, it's not going, the same situation isn't going to happen again. But what is really holding you back from moving forward? And that's the question. That's your obstacle. That is what you have to work through to overcome. So let's take a peek into past messages from Spirit that may be bringing you up into your current energies. Okay, so let's see. On the bottom of the deck, creativity, and you're okay. This tells me right off the bat, you are not taking care of yourself. You have let yourself go, and you have either run yourself into a depression, or you have just run yourself into a state of, I'm not getting any, so I don't want any. Or, they're getting that, I'm not. It's a very, very negative energy, because you were feeding the negative instead of really focusing on the love and the parts of your life that really were adding happiness to your life. You were spending too much time focusing on other things that weren't serving you. So when we're looking in past messages, you weren't focusing on, you were burying yourself into your own woes, is what you were doing. And where did it get you? Okay, so this is where Spirit is coming in saying, hey, okay, you've got some motivation here. Okay, you've got some creativity, you've got slow progress, and slow progress sometimes can just seem like an eternity when you are trying to dig yourself out of a hole. It just can seem like it takes forever, and that frustration and that negativity and those old attachments can just do that. But at the same time, you're losing your ability, your beautiful, your wonderful ability to enjoy the things that actually made you happy. So let's see. All right, let's see what's going on. Past messages for my beautiful readers, listeners out there. All right, so most recent past, please, Spirit, what is going on? Thank you. Anything else? Anything else, please? Thank you. Thank you. Anything else? Anything else? Thank you. Bottom of the deck, you have books. So what did you do? You buried yourself in something else to try and avoid what was going on. Important choices, important discovery, and big changes. Okay? This is what is bringing you into your current energies. I'm going to tell you this right now. These are big messages that happened. And I really feel that a lot of these just happened for a lot of you, like within the last month or so. Okay. So you started doing research. You started figuring out, like, what do I need to do to get myself out of this hole? What do I need to do to get myself out of here? Because I'm tired of being in this situation. I'm tired of feeling this way. I'm so tired of this. So what am I going to do? How am I going to do it? So what did we do? All right. So we went and we started doing research, and you started doing some internal reflection and internal discoveries and some internal ideas that led you into some big changes and some big ideas in things. And then you started making these because where were you at? You weren't available. Okay. Basically, here's where you were at. You basically said, I'm not good. Like, go away. Don't talk to me. I don't want to do this. Wall round me. You're not going to crack it. Right? Like, I'm done. I don't want anybody in here. And this was the message that you were coming up. You think this is a coincidence that you got the lock and the keys that came out in your most recent past? Something happened to unlock that availability. Something or someone came into your life and unlocked that padlock for you. And it set you on your head. Because you thought in the back of your mind, nobody else had a key. Nobody else had the ability to unlock, to get past my walls. And sure as the world, somebody or something did. And so what did you do? You made a choice. You made a decision. Okay? Because you started doing some spiritual realization. You started doing some important discovery. You started doing this education and this knowledge, right? So you started doing some research. How do I get myself out of this? How do I move myself forward, right? And that's what you did, right? You started really doing what you do best, is diving into the one thing that you knew you could trust. So for some of you, education and knowledge, did you do some research? Did, spiritual realization? Did you start reading, the Bible or spiritual books, or listening to certain, messages to where you were, to try and help and shift that thought process that you had? Did you really dive into this to sit there and say, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be in this state of negativity. I don't want to be in this hole constantly digging myself out. So what do I need to do to get myself out? Okay. And that was what you had to do. Okay. You had to have, you had to be able to figure out what you needed to do in order to move forward. Because you started realizing what really mattered, who you were really hurting was yourself. And this is what you needed to do in order to move forward. Because not only has it unlocked, okay, not only has it unlocked that wall that is around you, it has given you not only big changes in your life, but it's given you a new opportunity to start again, to start over. And that's what's bringing you into your current messages and your current energies of this fulfillment of, healing this chaos of sitting there and just saying, I'm ready to do this. But you've still got something that's holding you back. And that is yourself, because you are intentionally holding yourself back from moving forward with something. And we're going to come into your current messages in a second. We're going to get some clarifiers on these most recent past messages from Spirit as we are moving forward. So 2 or 3 cards for clarifiers for the most recent past messages, please. Thank you. Anything else? Anything else? Thank you. Card that landed in my lap is New Beginnings. You've got the Fool. It's the same energy here. The Lantern. New opportunities, new beginnings. It's time to start over. This is what's bringing you into your current energies and your current messages, because you've got the Three of Swords that also came out with this. And this is talking about heartache and loss. This is talking about grief. And that's what you've been going through for these last however many months. And that's the hole that you've been trying to dig yourself out of. So, grief comes in so many different forms. It doesn't necessarily actually mean the loss of somebody leaving their earthly body and going into their spiritual home. Okay? That is a form of grief. And that can be in so many different ways, levels of grief, whether it is a spouse or a parent or a child or a dear friend or, something to do that. But it can also be grief as in the loss of something else. So maybe it was a nasty divorce. Maybe it was a breakup. Maybe it was actually picking up and actually moving away from your family and friends because you needed a different change, or you needed to do something, or, maybe it was, your band of brothers in the military. Grief can manifest in so many different ways, but it's important to understand that you need to visit the land of grief and heartache and loss. But it is important to remember that it is not a place to live. And it is time to figure out when those new beginnings are going to transpire, because new opportunities are waiting for you around the corner. Okay, so as we are doing that, we are going to see what your current messages are. If I can get under here. Okay, there we go. Trying to keep them all in the camera view. All right. So let's check current messages from Spirit. So you've got your current energies that are coming in. You've made the leap. You've gotten to the top. You finally have climbed out of the hole, and you finally have gotten to the top, and you're climbing out of the hole. This is where you're at right now. This is where your current energies are saying that you are at. Okay? So let's see what your current messages are. Feeling the world. Broken open. This is exactly where you're at. You're feeling like you're shattered. But this isn't shattering because of where you're at today. It's the realization of where you have come from and the journey that you have been on. Body and soul, you're healing, awakening. You're healing. You're healing, and you are realizing that there is so much that you have put to the side, or so much that you have ignored over these past 6 months, that now you're just like, I'm ready to move forward. So let's go ahead and see. Okay, all right. Current messages, please, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. The bottom of the deck, Earth Magic. Get your feet in the ground. This is your root chakra energy. It is time to get yourself grounded, however that manifests for you, right? So if you're a fire sign, okay, you're not going to want to literally walk through fire, but you may actually find that maybe sitting around a campfire, okay, is going to give you, because if you're a fire sign, okay, you are actually going to maybe want to sit around a campfire that's on the beach or in the backyard or a big bonfire or something, because you find calmness in the stillness of the flame. And that is where you are going to find yourself very, very grounded. Okay? So you will start feeling that. You will start seeing that. So if you are an air sign, getting outside, taking walks, just going out and breathing in the salty air, or however that is for you, will help you. You're really starting to find that. If you're an earth sign, again, get your feet in the ground, get your hands in the dirt, walk barefoot on the beach, however that manifests for you. If you're a water sign, take a bath, soak your feet, something, however it is, get yourself grounded. Okay, you will find that in nature. You will find that in very, very simple locations and places. You don't have to go very far out your back door to find it. Okay, the Rose's Kiss and a higher view. Okay, this is where you're getting that different perspective, that different idea, that different, because you're finally sitting there and you're just saying, you know what? Like, I see the beauty in the chaos, which it comes from this inner peace and the healing of the chaos, because you had that inner turmoil, but the butterflies are around it. You can see the ladybug that is on there. Okay, and you see the owl, a higher view. Okay, so a higher view, the owl signifies wisdom and knowledge and coming to that realization of the journey that you have been on, and starting to realize and understand the path that you have been on and what you are learning from it, which comes with that education. So you've got the roots of abundance. Okay, you've also got a powerful move. This is a chess game. Again, what do we see on this one? A powerful move. What do we see? We see a lock and a key. Okay, we saw a lock and a keys, I said, back here in your most recent past, and now we're seeing it again. So here's what I'm thinking. This is what Spirit is coming through saying. It's your move. Whatever situation that you're in right now, because you have locked down, because you have been holding yourself back, whatever it is, the ball's in your court. It's your move to decide what you're going to do and how you're going to move forward. It's up to you, because you've got the roof of abundance and you've got the quieting of the mind. And what did I say at the very, very beginning with your current energies? It's listening to the silence. The calm, the chaos is calm. It has calmed down. The turmoil is done and it's over. The dust is settling. Now it's time to listen to the silence. Okay? Because when you sit and you actually listen to the silence, sometimes it can actually become deafening. So, what are you really hearing when you are actually listening to what is going on? And this is really, when I'm talking about listening to it, it's listening to your soul. It's listening to your inner gut, your inner self. What is your inner self really trying to tell you as you're moving forward? Because you are at a place right now to where your roots are solid, you're on a strong foundation, and guess what? It's your move. Okay? So let's go ahead and get some clarifiers for your current messages. Okay? All right. 2 or 3 clarifiers for this, please, Spirit. Thank you. Anything else? One more? Oh my gosh, we talked about this at the beginning. These are your challenges and obstacles, and where are we at? We're at the 7 and 8 of Swords. Okay? You're afraid that the situation is going to repeat itself. You're afraid that if you let your guard down and you let somebody else in, or you let a situation come back in, that it's going to happen again and you're going to get hurt. Okay, so what are you doing? You're trapped in your own head. This is exactly what it is. You're stuck in your own. This is what 8 of Swords energy is, right? You're stuck in your own head. You keep running the scenario around over and over and over, and you're sitting there saying, it's starting out exactly the same as it did before. It's the exact same as it was before, but it's not the same as it was before. Why? Because you're not the same person that you were 3 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago. You've learned things. You have to understand that everything happens for a reason, which has led you up to where you are today. But at the same time, if you don't let those things go that aren't serving you, it means you haven't learned what you were meant to yet. So what are you still trying to learn? Remember, it's not the same situation. It may feel that way, but it's time for you to let your guard down. It's time for you to start letting those walls down and let people in that care about you, to understand. Quit focusing on, because it's the fear of what feels the same that is holding you back from seeing what the differences really are. And when you start looking at it and with an open mind and an open heart, that's when you're going to start saying, it's really not the same. This person isn't the same person because they have a different soul. They have a different beauty about them. And that's when you're going to start sitting there saying, it's really not the same. And I'm going to move forward, and I'm taking that chance, whatever that chance may be. Okay? All right. So we're going to go into your incoming messages. What is coming in for my beautiful watchers and readers and subscribers? Patience. Patience. Clearing your energy. Get rid of that negativity. You've got to let things go that aren't serving you. It doesn't mean that they aren't going to surface. It doesn't mean that they still don't feel real. But you have to make peace with them. Okay? And it's going to come in a way that you just sitting there and you're just like, I know in my mind this is what I want to do, but my heart isn't agreeing. And so at the end of the day, you're trapped in your own head. You're trapped in your own head. All right, incoming messages from my beautiful thank you. Incoming messages, please. Incoming messages. Thank you. Thank you. Anything else? Thank you. Happiness on the bottom of the deck. Pray. Spiritual realization. Intuition. Help is on the way again. Okay? This is not a coincidence. These all ended up on the bottom of the deck. All lined up for you in a specific order. Why? Because it is time to let yourself be happy. You've done all the work. You have climbed out of the hole. You are working, and don't think that just because you feel like this is over, or giving somebody else a chance, or opening yourself up, or letting your guard down, or dropping that wall is going to open you up, for more hurt and pain. Okay? Yes, it feels vulnerable. Yes, it feels scary, but it can also feel happy. It can feel good. It can bring in such positivity and love and so many wonderful things for you as well. So they also gave you overcoming obstacles. What did we just talk about? Right here. Overcoming your obstacles. Okay? You are the only obstacle that is blocking your path. And this is what you have to come over. You have to realize and come to terms that the time is right. Whatever the situation is that you are in, the time is right. The person is right. The situation is right. The job is right. Whatever it is, and take a chance. It's gonna feel scary. You're still gonna have your guard up. But everything happens for a reason, and it happens when it is meant to. And a lot of times it happens when you least expect it. So keep working on overcoming these obstacles, because you're going to realize that as soon as you get out of your own way, you're going to let a wonderful amount of positivity and love come into your life right now, because they also gave you direction, change. Look at this. This is fire energy. Didn't we just talk about this? Aries is a fire sign, and we're just coming off of the full moon in Aries with the closing of the Aries moon cycle that's there. So there's change on the way, okay? And here we go again. Yes, you have anger. Here's that fire energy again, all right? Change can make us angry. Change can make us fiery, and it can make us angry, okay? As we are overcoming obstacles. But why? Because it's what makes us stronger. It puts us on a solid direction. You got the direction, this Wheel of Fortune energy. Things are moving for you in a way that you didn't expect them to move, but you are going to be working through overcoming those obstacles. Okay? So let's get some clarifier for this. Thank you. Anything else? Feel like it's got to come out. Okay. All right. Destiny. We've got the Wheel of Fortune and the Chariot. Okay. And the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. So this is the roots of abundance. This is everything that is coming in. So maybe you're starting to find financial stability in a time where you are coming off of having nothing or losing everything. You know, maybe you filed bankruptcy. Maybe you lost your job. Maybe you're, you're down to the where you've gone through the couch how many times looking for change, and now things are coming into where they're coming back holistically. Okay, maybe you're starting to find that stability that is allowing you to open up in a way that you're sitting there saying, you know what? I've overcome this because I'm moving forward, because this is the Chariot and this is the Wheel of Fortune. You got Wheel of Fortune energy twice in your incoming messages. Things are moving in a very positive direction for you. Very, very positive direction for you. You have to be willing to accept it. You have to be willing to open your heart up for it, which means you may have to let your walls down. You may have to let somebody else in. You may have to accept help from somebody else. Okay? That's not a bad thing. Okay? It's all part of our divine plan. Okay, that is on there. You've got a lot of things that are going on right now, everyone. It's all coming. It's all coming. All right. Very, very strong reading. Very, very powerful messages coming in from Spirit for a lot of you that are resonating with this. So I'm going to go ahead and we are going to get some final messages for this entire reading before we get your final message card from Spirit for this reading. So, all right. So we are going to go ahead and see. All right. All right, final messages from Spirit. What do you want to tell her about this reading? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I haven't done readings in a while, so we're definitely got a lot that's going on here. Oh my gosh. 5 of Swords on the bottom of the deck. 7 of Pentacles. And the Magician and the Death card. Oh my God. And Temperance and the Star. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow. You got some major arcanas that are on the bottom of the deck here. We have got a lot that Spirit wants to talk about. 5 of Swords. And the 7 of Pentacles. All right. All right. So what is this? All right. 7 of Pentacles. That's coming in. Roots of abundance. Things are finally starting to come in. Your hard work is paying off. You've climbed out of the hole. You are starting to see stability that is coming into your life, and you have fought hard for it. Okay? So don't think that your energies, that it's not coming in, that it's not being recognized, right? It's coming in because you've got the Magician. All right. And what is the Magician? This is transformation. Okay. This is manifestation of your desires, of everything. Because what do we have? What do we have right here? The Death card. Love the Death card. One of my favorite cards. Not because I'm a Scorpio and this is my card in the deck, but the Death card talks about beginnings. You have to have an ending in order to have a new beginning. It's the full cycle of what it's coming through. And this is what's coming in with this full cycle in this Aries moon cycle, with this closure. I said that's coming in. This is the ending of a cycle. It's the beginning of something new. You've been working these last 3, 6, 12 months, however long it has, in manifesting something so great and so positive. Okay, that's coming in, that you've had the patience, right? This is temperance. What does it talk about? Patience. All right, you're sitting there and you're like, this is what you're saying to yourself. How much longer do I have to continue to be put down, kicked down, pushed down before I can finally stand up on my own? That's what you're feeling. That's what keeps going through your mind. And you're just like, but what do? You keep getting yourself back up. You keep picking yourself up. You keep moving forward. You keep digging yourself out of that hole. And it's paying off because you've got the Star. And the Star is talking about new beginnings. It's talking about new opportunities, which came into your incoming messages, your most recent past. This is all messages that are coming in. So what? We've got the Seven of Swords. You're worried about, again, we've got that Seven of Swords, that deception. We had that deception and envy. The Seven of Swords energy that was coming in, it's showing up again. This is your obstacles. These are your challenges that you are facing right now. Okay? You have to start working through that to let your guard down, because you got the Two of Pentacles sideways and you've got the Six of Cups coming in sideways, right? So when you're sitting there, you're still kind of like, but where's this? Here's the infinity symbol showing up again. Okay, these are very important messages that are coming in, to where you're getting inside your own head and you're holding yourself back. Okay? Because, Six of Cups, in reverse is really talking about being lost in the past, being lost in the ruins of the past, and failure to move yourself forward. So I really feel with this coming out sideways is you're in that in between, to where you're sitting there saying, I'm still hesitant, I'm trapped in my own head with the Seven and Eight of Swords energy that's coming in. But the Six of Cups is saying, nope, guess what? You're over the hump. You finally climbed out of the hole, and now you're starting to get that positive look, that positive energy that's coming in, and now you're starting to get a different perspective on things. All right, so you got the Two of Cups sideways, and you've got the World, okay? This is the ending of a cycle. The World is the ending of something. It's coming to completion. And you have to have cycles come to completion in order for them to start again. And you had the Fool start in your most recent past. This is Spirit recognizing that your cycle is over. You've started in the new beginnings. You've got to take steps, because the Magician is the next one in the major arcana that's coming in, and saying you're manifesting the positive change that's coming in. And you got this Two of Cups. So you're sitting here and you're just like, there is an opportunity here. Is it with somebody? It's a partnership. So is it a romantic interest? Is it a business opportunity, partnership type of a thing that's coming in? Because the cycle is over. There's something new that's on the horizon, because you got the Two of Wands and the Ten of Wands that have also come out. This is about moving forward. Okay? The Ten of Wands, this is your burdens, right? Okay? This is what you've been feeling. for the last 3, 6, 12 months or whatever. You feel like you have been carrying this load and you've been trying to work forward and you can't even get through it. And here's what it is. Guess what? It's new beginnings. It's moving forward. It's saying, you know what? I'm done. Okay? I've got the Two of Cups. I've got opportunities in front of me. I've got, lots of energies, because here's more. This is all passion. And so we've got the Six of Pentacles in reverse, with the Four of Wands. Okay? And this is where you're sitting here and you're just like, yeah, I do feel that. But I also feel like, because I was in such anguish, because I was doing this, I wasn't as honest or as open with people as I should have been. And maybe I took advantage of some people's genuineness to help me. And I'm feeling a little guilty about that. But you know what? That's okay, because it was the art of which it was given to you. It was how you received it. So be grateful for the help that you did receive as you're moving forward, because we've got the Eight of Swords and the Ace of Swords sideways. We had the Eight of Swords trapped in fear. This is where you're coming out of that energy, to where you're coming out of you're starting to return to your level of confidence. You're starting to listen to the silence of coming in and saying, you know what, I'm not in my head as much. I'm actually listening to what my heart is telling me, what my soul is telling me, and what feels good, what feels right. Because the Ace of Swords is a very powerful sword. It's a very definitive new beginning, to where you're coming in and you're saying, I'm ready to make that step. I might be a little hesitant, but I'm ready to make that first, that step moving forward. Because as we're finishing this out, you've got the Ace of Wands and the King of Pentacles sideways. And this is saying that I am picking up speed, right? Like, I am starting to feel this. This is good energy that is coming in for you, because you're at the top of that hole. You finally have climbed yourself out, and you are you're dusting off your boots, you're picking yourself up, and you're moving forward, and you're saying, I'm done. I'm walking away from that because it's not serving me. I'm tired of carrying the weight of the world. I'm ready to open up and to start accepting new things. Because why? It's the end of a cycle. It's the beginning of something new. And I'm ready to move forward into this beautiful new beginning, because this is what I've been working on manifesting. It's beautiful reading. Very, very beautiful reading. The struggle is real. The struggle is definitely real for you, that is out there. And it has been so significant as you have been moving forward, and so intense. Okay, but I'm telling you, you have got beautiful horizons on your path. You've got the Wheel of Fortune. You've got the Chariot. You're moving forward. You need to continue to work on letting those walls down and accepting help and love and opportunities from people that are presenting them to you. Okay. And it might also be a time to where somebody is saying, you know what, take the chance. It's not the same situation as what it was before. Something is different, and you need to trust in that. Okay. All right. So let's get your final message card from Spirit for this reading. It's been very intense. It's been very, very positive, very, very strong. And there it is. And here we go. As I heal my mind, I heal my body. And that's the journey that you have been on, is a healing journey. And it's very, very strong, very, very encouraging, very positive message. I see a lot of love and light in your life that is coming in. It's very, very intense. And you are over the hump. You are out of the hole. You are moving forward. And you have finally decided to listen to the silence. That is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped. Please hit that like, subscribe, and share button on your way out. And I will see you back here next time. Take care.